have you for March 12th, but I'd love to potentially look at changing that to March 26th so we have more time. I just want to put this idea out here, ladies and gentlemen, only because I was just there and we was at the gym. I think that we should do a Feel the Love, Not the Drugs, like kids versus police dodgeball game or something, or Feel the Love, Not the Drugs basketball game or something at the academy. So we know DT can make it happen because he's like that. And yeah, that's basically my idea. And if we could plan around that, I just came up with that today. I'm sorry if somebody has a better idea. You can out-veto me right now.
All I gotta say is stop ducking.
Caspian.
I think we should just all eat like donuts.
Stop ducking.
Donuts at the game. That's fair. We will have Krispy Kreme donuts at the game.
That's your job. Yeah, I was gonna bring donuts.
Y'all had caught me.
I kind of zoned out.
Y'all caught me, bro.
I think
Y'all put me in DT.
I think that'll be good.
Dodgeball. Okay.
Dodgeball.
Feel the Love, Not the Drugs, dodgeball.
Wait, what?
And it's gonna be.
It should be kickball.
Wait, what?
You said kickball?
Girl.
Kickball. I love kickball too.
Volleyball.
Sounds like fun.
Y'all don't want to start the police.
Yeah, I would say though. I think that though.
Dodgeball is
better.
You might as well throw the ball.
Okay, so it sounds like Imani want to play dodgeball.
I want to play dodgeball.
I'm down. Wait, when?
20, March 26th. March 26th. So
Be ready.
this is like a wedding vow. Speak now or forever hold your peace. You know what I'm saying? Who objects? Raise your hand if you object to playing Feel the Love, Not the Drugs, dodgeball. Okay, that's great. I love kickball too. I ain't gonna lie. I love kickball option. Jose coming in with his hand raised. He's like, I object. We're not doing that.
No objection here, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. Jose, I love him. So Feel the Love, Not the Drugs. MPD versus community.
All rise, order in court.
And the time preferably would be the same time. We're always 5 to 7. And now we got to think of more to it though, right? And we don't have to get that done today though. That's what's great. Is like, because we were going to push the game to the 26th and have Ocean come on the 26th instead of the 12th, the whole next session we could kind of use planning. How preferably maybe I think we could already get the flyer ready if we can all commit, so at least the flyer's out there. But there is going to be, this is going to be good because it's going to introduce y'all to event planning a little bit and what it takes.
You did some dirt, so at the end of the day, I got a cousin, he just got out, we was together on Thanksgiving, he get caught, he got work, scale, pistol, felon. First name he mentioned is me. And I'm like, why would you put me in a position to get me in trouble when you already know you did? So now it'd be different if somebody was in a car with you and they stuffed it under the car, like under the seat, and you didn't know you had it on you. Then I could vouch for you, but for you to have it on your person, it's a little bit different. Absolutely. So I have to set my boundaries with people because I don't know what their true intentions are a lot of times. So I have to choose who I kick it with and surround myself around wisely, because at any given time, somebody want me to jeopardize what I have for them, but they won't do nothing for me.
I love it. Thank you so much, baby. Koki?
Well, the most common boundary that I set with people is don't interrupt me. I hate being interrupted so much because we live in a world where information is always going to be critical. So the least amount of respect that you could ever give somebody is listening and paying attention to what they're saying if they have the energy to talk to you. 1. 2, like I just said with the last statement, it's literally just disrespectful. Why, when Silky's talking, should I blurt out, hey guys, do you know about the, like, that just doesn't make sense. It happens a lot, specifically with people around my age too, which is why I don't really do the friend things. I don't want to have to constantly remind people, stop interrupting, stop interrupting, stop interrupting. I don't like it.
I love it.
I like the Fresh Krispy Treat though.
Absolutely. Imani, what you got?
I set work boundaries. I think a big boundary for me is like when I'm off and I'm not working, I'm not working. When I'm at work, I'm at work. Because sometimes, like if you present yourself as a good worker in some like companies or some departments, they'll try to abuse you and get you to work without compensating you for it. And I learned that honestly with some jobs, like you're just a number at the end of the day. So when I'm at work, I'm at work, and when it's time for me and my kids and my family, then it's time for me, my kids, and my family.
I love it. Y'all's barking. We're gonna move on to Isabel. I can't promise we're gonna go to everybody with the cards. So if you get lucky without it, you're lucky. But Isabel getting a color. Wait, what's your color, Isabel?
It's blue.
Blue.
What is a recent accomplishment you're proud of achieving? I'd say giving like my last $5 to a homeless person. Yeah, that's fine.
And what makes you proud about that?
Sometimes making other people happy is what uplifts my spirit. If someone else is not happy or whoever I surround myself isn't happy, I'm not happy either. So knowing that I could do something for somebody else just made an impact on me.
I love it. Anybody else open to sharing any times that they have given their last?
Actually,
Or an accomplishment that you want to talk about? A recent proud accomplishment or where you gave your last?
I have both. The last amount of energy that I gave to my mom was me telling her that I love her and I'm going to choose my own path because the path you are setting me down is getting me nowhere. And my greatest accomplishment that I've achieved in recent times is getting flown out to Washington, D.C. to perform for the Mentor National Conference, which was electrifying to say the least. I could talk about it for hours, but I'm not going to.
Instead, you can check out on YouTube, on Vision Minds Entertainment and Your Move MKE, either media channel. You will find some good recap footage
Very much so.
of Kopi's World on stage getting massively applauded for. Can we pass this to Imani?
Purple. How often do you feel lonely?
Maybe when I'm home.
That's a really deep question. You got hit with the hard hitter.
Purple. I'm like,
How often do you feel lonely? You said sometimes when you're at home?
Like when I'm locked away in my room or something.
Yeah, by yourself.
Yeah.
And what does lonely feel like to you?
Just like no one around. But that's about it.
And how does that make you feel though?
Relaxed.
I love it. I love it. And that's such a great point to point out because there's a difference between lonely and alone, right? And it sounds like you enjoy being alone to yourself in the silence so you can hear yourself thinking. And when you're alone, you have a choice to be alone or you have a choice to be lonely and feel like you got to be around other people. And we are social creatures, so it's natural for us to want to be around other people. But being lonely is really a choice and a state of mind. So we are going to do one more person. DT and Mello. DT. Mello, pick a color from DT. What color you want? No. You pick a color. He gonna read it to you. DT, you read it to Mello.
Okay. What color you want? Purple.
purple.
You know that mean royalty, right?
Is it the same?
What do you believe the legal age should be and why?
The legal age for what?
Yeah.
Oh, drinking.
The legal age for that?
Oh my god.
That's kind of a question.
Legal age right now is 21.
Yeah. What do you think?
I feel like 21 is a good age.
Okay, let me throw this at you. So you can get drafted to the military and go fight for your country, and you can get shot, lose a limb, or lose your life, but you're not able to drink.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in for a second. I also have a second to this point. It is crazy to me how alcohol is considered legal, even though it is a thing that is a common force of dividing relationships and people. It is a common source of addiction. It is a common source of hate. It is a common source of just turning people into overall crappy beings. We've seen good people go to complete and utter pieces of trash off the Don Julio. And I cannot recall the amount of times I've just seen like random videos of drunk people fighting, arguing, all sorts of things that they probably wouldn't do while sober. So I don't believe that alcohol should be legal at all.
Well, with that being said, you also got to think about why is somebody drinking, because it can intensify your emotions. So if you're depressed, down and lonely, and you feel alone, and you drink, it's going to intensify that emotion. If you're angry, it's going to intensify the emotion. But if you just out to celebrate and have a good time, that's what you're going to do.
Right.
Because the legal age in different countries, like if you go to Mexico, it's 18. You go to Canada, it's 18. America's the only place where it's 21.
Well, we just had a meeting an interaction like this at Owen's Place with their youth, and the topic was drugs and alcohol. And Andrea from Safe and Sound posed a good question. She said, what age does your brain or your frontal lobe stop developing? 25. I'm 27. I've been doing this job since I was 22. I've been legally drinking since 21. Should I be drinking? My frontal lobe is not completely developed. I don't know.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I've been to over 60 countries. Was in Portugal not long ago, where drugs is basically decriminalized, and they have lower rates of people addicted to drugs than say the United States does. So if you were to legalize, say like heroin, like raise your hand if you're gonna go out and buy heroin.
Also, I just had a thought on that. I think the statistics of why people aren't addicted to drugs is probably because the people who were are dead.
Yeah, and that was a great question to end on for the circle, just because the topic that we're working on for the next month, we got one more month. This is our last of 3 more sessions. We got today, February 12th. I'm sorry, today, March 12th and March 26th, and then this is done. And again, I thank you so much, MPD, for pulling through. Very grateful, because we have some important initiatives with this Healing Hub program. And one of them is our relationship with law enforcement and the community. Do you know the exact objective, Danny, or no?
Just to have dialogue and see if we can't bridge some kind of gaps and create an understanding or more of any type of understanding between the legal system and inner city youth.
I love it. So I want to be real. I just want to be real right now. And I want you to raise your hand if this time together right now with these 3 officers has already raised your peace of mind with police by any means, even if it's 1%. If you went from 3% to 4%, or you went from 80% to 92%, raise your hand if you feel any increase off of just this light interaction, just out of curiosity. It's okay to be proud of your answer, okay? And it's okay to not as well. And this is really great, because this is what Officer DT's main work is. By the way, brother, your name Dominique?
Yeah.
Bro, your LinkedIn picture needs to change. That does not look like you. That is crazy work.
I'm outside the uniform. I got glasses. I look sophisticated.
It does not look like you. Y'all seen the picture?
Let me see. I have nothing.
Check him out on LinkedIn. Check him out.
But,
No, he's going to change the picture.
But I hope so. Please change the picture. So, I can speak for myself. I do want to speak for myself for a second, just on the law enforcement piece. And I used to have a really amazing, maybe optimistic relationship with police. Just growing up in a suburb, Sheboygan, and not really having any interactions. And I really had minimal police interactions just in general. I've had police do some very nice things for me and get me out of situations that realistically could have prevented me from even like working in the type of work that I work in. I was out with one of my little cousins at a bar in my college town at first with her aunt and my uncle, but they left, and then police came and ended up IDing her, and she ended up getting in trouble. But she was the niece of, she's the daughter of like the fire police commissioner or something, so it was just all crazy work. But I didn't get in trouble, the bar didn't get in trouble, you know, and that was a really positive experience, because I easily could have, and I may have had extra substances on me as well, and it's just like, it could have been all bad. It could have been really all bad. And I give all praise to the Most High that that was not the situation. And then honestly, in Milwaukee, like I've had some really rough relationships on multiple occasions in different settings. And it's just been amazing working with Officer Ralph and Officer DT and Imani and Colin. Imani and Colin have came through a couple times. My cousin, actually Sergeant Frankie Yinko, is the District 2 overnight sergeant. So I have a little bit of connection there as well. But I have loved, like when I see Officer Ralph and Officer DT and Imani and Colin in public, like I'm genuinely excited. And you know, just frankly speaking, I'm closer with Ralph and DT just because I see them more often. But it's still like the same peace and respect. Imani and Colin have came through every time that they can. Imani came through, and I didn't even send her the email I was supposed to send her.
Yeah,
so
that's
that
crazy
says
work.
a lot.
Yeah.
That's really embarrassing
And
on my
I
part.
went behind my boundary and was like, let's do this on my off time.
Shout out to Imani. Clap it up, ladies and gentlemen. So you're off right now?
No, I mean when we messaged about the
Oh, you broke the boundary.
I broke the
I
boundary.
appreciate you. Oh God. But you know, if y'all are open to it, only because it is part of our objective, I'm a little bit surprised. Speaking authentically. Level 1 is brother, you're welcome. This is Emmett James, everybody, host of the Big Band Barbecue, the biggest, most impressive entrepreneur that you will ever find in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hip hop jazz renaissance man, and he is here to make a Music Over Madness song. You could go straight to the studio if you'd like to, unless you wanted to hang out in Hip Hop Healing Hubs for a minute. Okay. Bye, Emmett. We love Emmett. Emmett is easily a top 3 live artist in the city. He's incredibly impressive. It literally is jazz hip hop. So he performs live instrument band, and he picked Your Move MKE for his sponsor this year, or his fundraiser. I don't know how to say it. He's giving us money. He's sharing the money that he earns from his big band barbecue. That last year he had a 22-piece band. It was like 17 instruments and 4 other support vocal artists and himself at Third Space Brewing. Last year they supported future urban leaders, and he chose us this year, which is really special. And he's making a song because we have another campaign with OCWS saying that this interaction has already increased your trust a little bit. First off, could you please start on we're gonna go 0 to 100. Where was your percentage before this started this conversation, and where is your percentage at now?
I'd say I started at like a 5, 6.
Yeah.
I'm now at like a 9.
Out of 100?
Oh.
Or are you saying 5 or 6 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. So you started at a 5 or 6 out of 10, and now you're at a 9 out of 10 in trust.
Yeah.
Because of the start of this conversation.
Yeah.
What is it about this conversation that makes you feel that way?
I feel like both of them were very open about their boundaries and what they do outside of their job. Like, I mean, I'm not professional at what I do either, but I know that I'm a whole different person outside of working. So like, I don't know, I think they were very open with how they like maneuver themselves as people. Like, I can relate to that.
I loved it. Who else raised their hand that they had a slight trust increase? Okay, Jose, we can go 1 through 10. Where did you start at, Jose, when before?
10.
You was already at a 10.
Yeah.
You 10 out of 10 for the police?
Yeah.
I love it. And
You know what?
so
I know Officer Amani and him. They go to district too.
yes, they
Yeah.
do work
And
district
they
too.
live and they work by near my house. They make sure that I'm safe every single day. So thank you guys.
Let's go. Okay. Jose got all the love. I love it. Y'all a 10. Come
Yeah,
on.
because I know them. They work with my uncle too. And my uncle works at the police station.
On with.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Who else had an increase one more time for me? Any other youth? Okay, Jeanette.
I think that it's nice to have them here, even though they're in uniform, and that, might make people feel nervous. You guys being open and honest, about your life experiences with us, I think just makes it easier for myself and for the youth to trust you and feel comfortable talking to you guys, and not just looking at you all like y'all are police and we don't trust you. So I appreciate you guys coming to these things and talking with them because it makes it lighter for them too.
Yeah, let's just give him one more time, Ron.
Oh my God! Yes! MPD. Hey, the way MPD spanked OCWS, we need to be cheering for them. Oh my God. It was bad. But MPD had 2 pro players at this game, borderline.